Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, UK's premier business show where we feature business thought leaders, high achievers, and industry experts. Today's episode is brought to you by World Outsourcing Solutions Limited, a company that specializes in helping executive business owners with virtual assistant services and business growth systems. Here's your host, Yeukai Ketchadori.
Hi guys, welcome back to another very special episode, and today I'm joined on the show by Rachel Smith. Now Rachel has done something a lot of people want to do for themselves, especially right in the middle of the pandemic, and we're going to discover how Rachel really quit her corporate job to become her own boss and live a lifestyle that she designed. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us here on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. I know, Rachel, it's been a while now since you transitioned from working in the corporate world into really designing your own life, and now you're traveling all over the places. In fact, right now you're joining me from Portugal. Now, tell me a little bit about how you got started. What happened with you? What caused you to want to move from the corporate world into running your own business?
Yes. So going back a few years, I was doing a successful corporate job. I was manager, I was business development manager, project manager, commercial manager, and I just climbed the ladder, and I was successful in what I was doing. I was earning well. I had all the benefits, a beautiful car, and all of these things. But on the outside, it was like, wow, you're so successful, you're doing so well. But on the inside, I felt so unhappy, so miserable. I had stomach aches every single day. I was stressed. I was so unhappy. I was, looking at the clock like, okay, how fast can a day go by just to go back home? And then on the weekends, I even felt bad because I knew Monday was coming along. I mean, I cannot describe enough how bad I felt. For me, I hated working for a boss. The fact that I was having to go in the office every single day, smile, have a fake smile, just doing all of these things for a boss, it did not fulfill me. It just did not. And I wanted to feel meaningful and to feel fulfilled and to feel happy, and above all, to have freedom. Like, I desire the freedom to do what I want, to go to the gym when I want to, not having to wake up at 6 a.m. because I wanted to get a jog or a run in, before work time. I felt like within myself, I'm a true entrepreneur, and I just want that freedom to be my own boss. But there I was, like making everybody happy, making my parents proud, because that's what I was supposed to do, right? Like, have a good job and a good salary and just, do that. And so me being, a recovered people pleaser, I would say, I just thought that's, what I'm supposed to do, until I burned out. Literally, I burned out. I just pushed and pushed and pushed, and and then I learned. It was actually the best thing that ever happened to me, even though I was, really burned out and sick. But it was the best thing because it made me literally stop everything, go back to the basics, to wait a minute, what do I really want? What do I really want? What does Rachel really want? And so the one thing, Yeukai, the one thing that drives me until today still is the thought of growing old and looking back upon my life and thinking, what if I had done it? What if? And it's that regret that I just cannot take, I just can't. And so I learned that, that pain of regret is bigger than the pain of change. So I had to change. I just had to change. And I don't know how much I can continue to talk about this, but yeah, that's when I decided. The first step is deciding, for everyone who's listening, like the first step to everything is deciding that you want to leave and that you want to change. Just that decision, because a lot of people complain, but then they don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was really deciding. And then I started figuring out, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Is that making sense?
Absolutely. And how long has it been since you moved from the corporate world to what you're doing right now?
It's been, I would say 5 years, but I never ever quit cold turkey. So I always tell people, do not take the jump, do not take the leap. Don't jump without a parachute. Just don't. Like I went from 5 days full time to 4 days to part time. I even from there went to the university to teach, and I'm still freelancing a little bit, and so I would never take the leap. So it's really that transition, that's important, the transition time to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? For me, I wanted to work online. I wanted to help people, but it wasn't quite clear right from the start, like, oh, I'm going to be an online coach, no, it's just, there's a transition period of testing and trying and figuring things out and taking steps towards that. And then comes the time where like, okay, I figured it out. I know what I want to do. I have clients. Goodbye, boss, and resign.
Awesome, awesome. What has been one discovery that you've made since you made the leap to move from the corporate world that you didn't know was there, but now that you live this lifestyle and it's quite obvious for you?
Yeah, the one thing, and it's something that I talk about a lot in my YouTube videos as well. And I'm not a woo-woo person, but I have to mention the mindset. And the one thing that I did not understand, and it took me a long time to understand, is that your thoughts create your reality.
Right.
And I'm going to explain this really easily. For me, I was always thinking like, oh, I'm so miserable and I'm doing this manager job. And when somebody asked me like, hey, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a manager. I'm working in this company. And I was just always keeping myself stuck because of that thought, because a thought creates a feeling and a feeling creates an action or behavior, right? And so constantly keeping myself into, hey, I'm stuck in this job. I'm stuck as a manager. I'm stuck in this company. I'm stuck, and that's the only thought I had. But that thought actually kept me stuck. And when I realized the true meaning of, hey, your thoughts create your reality, and all of your cells in your body are connected to your thoughts, and and everything goes, just from there, I started telling another story. And when people ask me, like, wait, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm passionate about traveling the world and I'm working online and I'm growing online. And I had seriously no business yet. I was not full time traveling yet. I didn't have all of that yet, but I knew I wanted it. And so by changing my story, it changes my thoughts and it started to create opportunities. And I started being able to see more opportunities and to take steps towards that. So I know it sounds a bit, I don't know, when I say it and I go back a few years, I just couldn't believe it. But it's because of that change of language in my mind that actually everything started to shift. And now I'm still doing it on a daily basis. Like at the moment where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to find clients, I just catch myself right away. I'm like, yeah, duh, I'm going, this is going well, and I'm going to get more clients, and my business is going well, and I'm going to travel more, and I just keep changing that language in my thoughts, and things just happen. You get more energy too, and it does work. It really does.
It certainly does. In fact, that's how we created this podcast. To tell you, when I got started, right from the beginning, we were not known. In fact, I remember I was going from one show to another looking to get started, and I wasn't getting as many people wanting me on their show. I said, you know what, I'll create one for myself. Fast forward 3 years later, we were ranked number 3 on iTunes, the whole of iTunes in the United Kingdom, under the business category, because we saw that as a reality for us. And before long, it became a reality. So indeed, what you think about becomes your experience. So love that when our guests come here and confirm what we are talking about. It's incredible. And I know you've worked with some amazing people already in helping them transition from the corporate world into the lifestyle business, so to speak. Tell us some of your highest achievements that our listeners maybe can begin to picture themselves being part of that.
Yes, of course. Yeah, because now I'm actually helping clients that are still, stuck in the corporate job and that want to make that transition into working online and becoming an online coach or growing an online business. And just, that moment of, okay, what do I really do? Am I good enough? Can I really do it? And a lot of it is the confidence
Right.
and also knowing the steps. So it really goes together. It's like creating your next step, but also building the confidence, right? So the wins that I see for my clients are, first of all, the realization that yes, it's possible, okay? Because a lot of them are still in the beginning phase of, is it really possible? Can I really do that? Like, here I am in corporate. How can I become an online coach? How can I grow online? There's so many people out there already. Who am I to do that? Especially because my clients are, we're all 40 plus, right? It's all mid-career. We're not, vloggers, and we're not millennials, and we're not, so there's a lot of fear. Like, am I good enough? Can I do that? Can I make money? Why me? And why, so all of these fearful thoughts. So what I see as highs or wins from my clients, it's, first of all, it's like breaking through that fear. And I always say fear is not negative. Fear should not scare you. Fear, just today I had another conversation with a client, and she goes, yeah, but fear scares me. I'm like, yeah, but fear is your growth. Fear is something positive. Fear is your friend. Fear means that if you shake hands with your fear, you're growing. Like, the first time you did your first podcast or your first show, it's like, it's scary, right? And the first time I did my YouTube, or, it's just, but then you do it, and it's like, wow, it's one step. It's really growing. So that mindset, those mindset shifts and those victory moments, that's definitely a big win. And another step is that I see my clients is figuring out their purpose, because you've been doing the same skills, in your comfort zone in corporate, and you're doing that, and now you have to transition into something that's new. You step out of your comfort zone, and then, figuring out, how can I use those skills that I have in my job to actually be of service to someone else, to coach someone else, to grow online. How can I find that balance? How can I find my purpose, right? And it's a combination of, using your passions and then using those to serve other people. So those are all these breakthrough moments of mindset, knowing what to do, and then, figuring out, hey, those are the people I really want to help. How can I do that? Some of my clients are already a little bit with one step into the online world, and for them it's then more of, okay, growing that business and finding more of those clients. And really, that's why I call myself a clarity coach, because it's all of those wins together. I can name under one title, which is clarity, because it's clarity in finding your purpose, clarity in finding your passion, clarity in, finding, going from confusion and chaos to knowing, what steps to take. It's clarity in the exact priorities, not being overwhelmed, but, oh, I want to create an online course, and I want to do an affiliate, and I want to do network marketing, and I want to do, there's so much out there. I mean, Google, be a freedompreneur, start an online business. You just find so much. So for me, it's like creating the clarity. Okay, hold on. This is you. This is your next step. And yeah, that's those aha moments are just amazing.
Incredible. One of the things I'm hoping we can cover during our time right now is really to talk about what are the steps right now that somebody can take that will take them to a place where they want to be. So if you were to sit down, Rachel, with somebody who is working in the corporate world right now, but is aware of the fact that they don't want to be there anymore and they want something else different. Take us through those steps. Maybe it's and it's easy to follow.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm just writing a few things down so I don't lose my train of thoughts here. I do have a 7-step video training, by the way, that I think you have the link to that, and that takes you through 7 steps to get unstuck. So, but I will mention the most important ones, and that is, the first step is definitely what I mentioned earlier, is making the decision. Like, seriously, if you're complaining, you feel miserable, like, make that decision. Okay, make the decision. Yes, I want to change. Yes, I'm going to do something about it, because as long as you don't decide, nothing's going to happen, right? You do the same thing over and over again, nothing will change, and no other results will happen. So make that decision. And then trust in yourself. So the trust in yourself goes along with, the confidence in yourself. So trust that you can do this, and trust that you can figure it out, and trust that, no matter who is out there, but trust that just believe in yourself, that self-trust, self-acceptance, you are good enough. It goes hand in hand with confidence, with self-esteem, but that's definitely like you definitely are good enough. Then comes the topic that I just addressed as well, is breaking through the fear, realizing that, realizing I always like that image of you standing on a foggy beach and you want to get across the fog. Like you want to start your online business, you want to quit your corporate, and you cannot see behind that fog, right? But it's about taking one step into the fog and then things become visible. And then you take another step into the fog and more things become visible. But the way to go through your fear is by taking steps, like standing, and listening or watching others or watching videos or listening to our podcast means nothing if you're not taking action. Like if you're seriously listening right now and you're taking notes, then also go and create those notes. There's a difference between taking notes and creating notes. Take notes on the left column and create them and go take action from your notes, right?
Right.
So that's how you go through the fear. And together with that comes surrounding yourself. And this is a big one, surrounding yourself with the right people. Because here's the thing, I love my family to bits. I love my parents, but those are the people who keep me stuck because they want to keep me safe. They think like, oh, just a fixed job and a secure and financial security and it's safe. Just continue doing that, Rachel. Why would you be so crazy to do something that is so insecure and unsafe? And what's going to happen? And so, but the moment I started surrounding myself with the right people, the people who are actually doing what I wanted to do, I started talking to them and become inspired by them and be motivated by them. That will move you closer to your dream. So I would say to those who are listening right now, start today by seeking online or offline the people who are doing what you want to do, whether it's a coach or a mentor or just any other person that you can see. Start a conversation, message them. Hey, what are you doing? I'm super interested. Can you tell me more? People love to talk about themselves. Of course, they'll, don't message like, hey, I want to do what you do. You have a job. When I get that, sorry, that's not how you create a conversation. But just be interested, be inspired, be motivated by those people. And together with that, but it's another action step, is stop comparing yourself to others.
That's a big one.
Yeah. And feel miserable. Like seriously, if people would, when I started my YouTube channel, or like when you maybe started your show as well, it's like, oh, but there's so many YouTubers out there. Why would I be seen? Like there's millions of videos, there's millions of podcast shows and episodes. Why would if you compare yourself, like, oh, they're already doing it, or they have this and I don't, and you just continuously compare yourself to others and stay stuck, that's not moving you forward. Everyone, you are unique. You, whoever is listening right now, you are unique. You have unique skills. You have a different energy than anybody else. You have to do what you want to do and stop comparing yourself to others. So if you look at other people, be inspired by them, but don't compare yourself to them and then stay stuck.
Absolutely. Be inspired.
And I think, yeah. And then, the end is the final thing is just take action, like or talk to me, or just talk to you, but just absolutely take action, because it's true taking small steps. So I'm going to say one more thing about these steps and actions. It's a lot of people stay stuck because this is where you are, you're stuck in a job and you want to be a freedompreneur, and this is where I'm literally imagining you're standing on the bottom of a big mountain, okay, and you're looking at the top of the mountain, and so you're standing here and you're thinking, damn, I'm never going to get on top of that mountain. Like, here I am stuck in a job and I want to be an online entrepreneur. I'm never going to get there. Why? Because the gap between where you are now and where you want to be is way too big. So break down that mountain into hills and start climbing a hill. That's what I mean with small steps. Break it down. That's what I do with my clients all the time. No, you can't go. That's why I say don't take the leap. Don't jump. Just break it down. Do it gradually. Take the steps. Take small steps. And then at least, you can choose, right? Take small steps every day, or keep dreaming about that vision that you have, not doing anything, and then next year, a year from now, you'll be a year older and you'll still be stuck. So it's a choice that you have to make.
Yeah, I'm glad you've simplified this as a simple process, I remember
Yes.
doing exactly the same process when I got started with a coach. First of all, she asked me what I really wanted and why I wanted that. We did that whole exercise and we started creating a path as to how we're going to do what I wanted to do. We looked at the system or a vehicle that I was going to use to move me from where I was to where I wanted to be, which again, you cover in your coaching. Now, I know there are some myths surrounding the transition from a corporate world to the an independent entrepreneur. What some of misconceptions have you come across around this whole transition?
Um, it's funny. I was just talking about that, and I did a video on all of the mistakes that you can make. And I think that's what you're referring to. And the misconceptions is thinking that, for example, you need a fancy website. You need to invest in a course. You need to invest in an affiliate program. You need to buy expensive software or expensive material, or just or you need this funnel and the marketing funnel and the click funnel and all of these membership sites that you pay monthly subscriptions, and you don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. But the thing is that when you start Googling online, you start searching like, hey, how do I grow my own business? You come across so many things. Like one is going to say, oh, you need to have your online course. But wait a minute, an online course, you don't even have one client yet. You didn't have a conversation yet. Or, a fancy website. Why, if you're not clear on what you're actually going to do? So it always comes back to wait. The basics is the clarity. Define your purpose, your clarity, your client, what you want to do, and then take it from there. But and that's the thing that it's just why so many people stay stuck or are not doing it, or they feel overwhelmed. And if there's one thing that I hate, it's that overwhelm. That's why I simplify everything. Like, hold on, this first, then that, then that. And so please, if you're listening, don't invest in all these fancy promises. Or when I started too, I was bombarded by, oh, we have this affiliate program, and you get commission based on that, and it's so easy, and you go to bed and you wake up and you have money. It's not true, because if you don't have clients, you don't have followers, you don't have any presence online, how the heck is somebody going to buy that? It's just, but you believe it because they make it look so simple, right?
Right.
So stop buying anything, but go and talk to the people like me and you. Like, we've been there. We know what it takes. We know where to start, and we're here to help you. So don't invest and waste your money in all of the other things.
Yeah. What I would say is,
oh, can I add one? Can I add one thing? I'm so sorry, Patricia, but like I said, they make it look easy, and that you sleep and you wake up and you earn money. I'm not saying it's easy, okay? I'm saying I simplify things. You have to take action, and it does take effort. Okay, there's no such thing as how many shows have you done before you grew your credibility, your authority? Because you get more followers. It does take consistent effort. So when I say take action, I mean take action. And my clients, it's like I push you, I motivate you, but if you don't take action, nothing will happen. So yes, it does take effort. But if you decided that's step one, then then it's going to happen, and it can happen.
It can happen, and if it could happen for me, it can happen to anybody.
Absolutely.
Because if you're to look at where I came from and the things we've had the privilege to do, you can see that anybody can achieve anything if you put your mind to it and you're clear on what you want. You put yourself in the right environment. You can be taught, to achieve at the highest level. And I certainly believe that. And I know that a lot of people believe that. In fact, many of the people we've had on the show believe the same thing. And as you know, success leaves clue. And this is one of those clues. As we come toward the end of our time here, Rachel, for those who want to continue learning with you, where can they find you?
That's really easy. If you can spell my name, Rachel Smets, Smets, you can find me on YouTube. Type in Rachel Smets, my website, rachelsmets.com. Below my YouTube videos are a lot of my links as well. My Facebook, everything is just Rachel Smets. My LinkedIn. So if you can type my name, you can find me anywhere. And I'm super happy to talk to you, have a conversation, help you in any way that I can. So yeah, find me. I'd be happy to help.
Awesome. Let's go back for a moment and talk about some of the mistakes that you see people do who are in transition to lifestyle business or location independent business like you do. What are some of the common mistakes? I know we covered some of them already roughly, but anything I haven't asked you that you would like to share with our audience today?
More mistakes. I guess, I think I mentioned most of them, but I think the biggest mistake is just remind yourself that the pain of regret is bigger than the pain of change. And I think the biggest mistake, is really to not take action and to stay in your job and to stay in your comfort zone. And comfort is the enemy of change. So if you want to change, you will have to step out of your comfort zone. But if you're feeling unfulfilled and you want to do something meaningful with your life, whose life are you really living? I really want your audience to think about this. Like, whose life are you living? Those to please your parents or to please your partner or to please your boss? Or do you want to grow old looking back upon a life that you actually did what you really wanted? And if you're passionate and determined and, if you have a drive, you can make it. Like, you can make it. Like, you and I are proof of that. Like, I wouldn't have believed my own words years ago, but it's just it can happen if you put your mind to it, and just exactly like you said. And so if you're in that position right now, you think it's not possible for me. If you keep thinking that, then it's not going to be possible. So I think the biggest mistake is just to if you don't feel happy and you stay there, think about being 90 years old, looking back, regretting. I mean, there's been so much research. This is not just me talking, okay? There's been so much research, so much proof of elderly people that are about to die. And this is a sad story, but it's true. And they look back upon their life, and the biggest common theme that they say is always like the regrets of not having lived the life that they really wanted. It's not about, getting more money or meeting people or all of that. It's the biggest common theme is really saying, like, I regret not having lived the life that I really wanted. So
well,
I don't have any more comments than that.
Thank you. It's better to try and miss it than never to try. One of my mentors.
Oh, yes.
Well, Rachel, I would like to thank you for spending time with me here and sharing your information, your strategies, what you've seen work in your life, and many people that you get to work with, and to share that with our audience right here. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you so much. I really hope people gain some wisdom nuggets here. Thank you so much.
Awesome. There you have it, guys. If you want to learn more about the topic we've been discussing here, just click the link below. You'll be taken straight to Rachel's website. Alternatively, reach out in the community and I will be able to answer that, or my team will be able to answer some of your questions. Look, we believe that you can do more than you currently do right now. There's greatness in you, and if you just listen to the inner voice you have, you'll be amazed. That inner voice will lead you, will direct you to your next big opportunity, will direct you to a place where you can capitalize on that opportunity. It doesn't matter what the economy is like. It doesn't matter what is going on. You have in you the ability to see what is right for yourself and to go after it and begin to realize it in your life. You owe it to yourself to just try it and see what happens. With that said, have a great day, and until next time we meet again, do whatever it takes to move your business forward or to try something new in your business. Take care and talk to you very soon. Goodbye for now.
Thank you for listening to Yeukai Business Show. We will be back to bring you more episodes with success stories and advice straight from the experts. Want more? Check out www.yukaibusinessshow.com. Get your free trial of our virtual assistant service today. Just visit www.worldoutsourcingsolutions.com. Quote WOS18 or send us an email at support@worldoutsourcingsolutions.com.